Welcome back. In this riveting recap and review of Reacher Season 2 Episode 6, we delve into the heart-pounding drama that unfolds, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. Russo discovers that Marsh, his employer, is the leaker. Russo was accused by Reacher of being the leaker. Russo countered by accusing Reacher's pal Swan of being the puppet master. As he acknowledged in the most recent episode, Russo only shared information regarding Reacher's crew with Marsh, his employer. When Russo approaches Marsh at his house, things don't go well. It doesn't take Marsh long to acknowledge that he has been reporting to influential members of the government and wealthy people. They're also making payments to Marsh. But Russo's supervisor clarifies that you can't turn these folks down. Russo will lose his profession if you don't play the game. Or perhaps worse, perish. Marlowe affirms what Reacher has always maintained: Tony Swan is attempting to halt the New Age while being innocent. Swan was hired by Burns to investigate dubious New Age activities. Swan then returned to Marlowe after discovering Little Wing. Swan discovered that the Little Wing software was being installed on 650 chips. Once outside the error margin, the chips were subsequently labeled as defective. Because of this, the failure rate increased above the cutoff, but Langston persevered by completing the government contract. As Swan probed more, he discovered that the motherboards were being manipulated. They believed that since most people were fine, it was a processing error. But it was a random drawing, all 650 of them. Confesses that she stole Langston's money from O'Donnell, Dixon, and Rasher, but only because he threatened to kill Marlowe and her daughter Jane after torturing them if they didn't comply. To schedule a meeting, Reacher then instructs Marlowe to phone Langston. The former MP wants to put an end to this once and for all, as do the last of his special investigators. One character makes the ultimate sacrifice in the Reacher episode. Detective Gaetano Guy Russo loses his life defending Jane, Marlowe Burns' daughter. For protection, Reacher and his group leave Jane with Russo. This gives Reacher the opportunity to use Marlowe as bait to expose Langston. As Russo and Jane prepare to depart, he is pursued by New Age thugs who start shooting. While Reacher is engaged in gun combat with Langston and his group, Russo makes a backup call. Reacher deals with them alone. The MP then dispatches Dixon, O'Donnell, and Neagley to assist. Sadly, it's already too late. Russo decides to face all four on his own and gets out of his car. He takes many bullet wounds to his torso after eliminating everyone except one. The final man approaches Jane. They leave no trace since he is preparing to kill her. At that point, Neagley, having just driven over the recently hired gun, finally finds them. When Neagley gets out of the car, he discovers Russo bleeding out on the ground. Russo queries Jane. Neagley attests to her safety. Neagley accepts his hand when he extends it. And with that, Russo expires. For more, subscribe.